Hey everyone, I welcome you all to this video. And in the last video, we have discussed about inner join. Now in this video, we are going to discuss about other types of joins, and we will discuss about left outer join basically, majorly in this video. So let's open transform data, or that is the Power Query editor. So I'll simply click here on transform data and it will open Power Query editor for us. Now here we are going to use two tables. So the very first table is our all student details table. This is the table that we are going to use. Here we have ID, name, phone number and address. These four columns are available. We want to perform left outer join operation between tables all student details, and the second table that we are going to use this time is student marks new. So we are going to use all student details table and we are going to use student marks new table. So here we have marks for some of these students, and in all student details we have ID, name, phone number and address available. So we will understand about left outer join using these two tables. So first of all, I will click here on all student details table, and then under this combined group, I will click on this drop down in merge queries. And here you can see that we have two options available, that is merge queries and merge queries as new. I will click on merge queries as new because I do not want to make any change to the all student details original table. That's why. So I will simply click on merge table as new, and the table written here, that is all student details table, is our first table or left table. We will be selecting ID column as a joining column, and then the second table that we are going to use is student marks new. Now here also we will select ID column, and the join kind here we have specified left outer. So all from first and matching from second. So we will try to understand what does it mean. And here it shows that the selection matches 4 out of 7 rows from the first table. So first table is this table, that is all student details table, or this is the left table you can say. Now let's open PowerPoint presentation to understand this. We will take an example to understand this better. So let's say we have we can say the left table, or you can call it the first table. And then we have our right table, or you may call it the second table. All right. Now in the first table, we were having following columns available, that is ID, name, phone number, and address. All right. And in the right table or the second table, we were having ID column. Then we were having the name of the subject and the marks in that subject. So let's say in the first table, we have ID number 1, whose name is A, phone number is X, and address is, let's say, null. Then we have ID number 2, name is B, address is Y, and then, phone number is Y, and address is null again. And then let's say we have ID number 3, name as C, phone number is Z, and your address is, let's say, CZ3. Now, if I'll talk about the second table, so in the second table, let's say we have ID number 1 and subject as, let's say, English, and marks are, let's say, 79. Then again, we have ID number 1, the subject is math, and the marks are 97. Then in the second table, we have data for, let's say, ID number 2, subject is, let's say, English, and the marks are, let's say, 89. Then let's say we have ID number 6 available in second table, the subject is math, and the marks available are, let's say, 78. Let's say we have one more ID, that is ID number 15, and for 15 we have marks available for English, and the marks are 88. So this is the data that we have. And now we are applying a left outer join. So I will write left outer. I'll write it again, sorry. Left outer join. And let's see how it works. And let's say in the result that we will obtain, we want all the columns from both the tables. We want all the columns from both the tables, right? So the first table or the left table is having these 4 columns, that is ID, name, phone number, address. And the second table or the right table is having columns ID, subject, and marks. Let's say this is the data that we have and we want to apply left outer joins. So when you will apply the left outer join, this and the condition that we will apply will be on the basis of ID column. ID column is the common column which is present in both the data sets, both the tables. So the join condition will be applied based on the values present in ID columns in both the tables. That is the first point to be noted. Now, you can see that this ID number 1 is available here in the first table. And this one is available here twice. So when we say left outer join, it says that all those records should be considered in the output for which the values in the ID column are present in the ID columns of both the tables. And apart from that, all those records or cases should also be considered where the values are present in the ID column in the left table, but they are not present in the right table. So everything from the left table will be taken, and those cases where ID values or the values in the ID column match for left and right table, all those cases will also be considered in case of left outer join. While in case of inner join, we were considering only those cases where the values in the ID columns were matching for both the tables. But here, all the data for the left table will be considered. Apart from that, all the matching data from right table will also be considered. So let's see how it works. So again, we have one value in ID column in the left table that appears only once in the left table, and the right table it appears twice. So this one in the left table will match with this one and this one both. So when this one in the left table will match with the first record in the second table, so we will get this output. Here I'm writing the column names of the first table in red color. So first of all, I'll write ID, then name, then we have phone number, then we have address, and after that we have ID, subject, and marks in second table. ID, subject, and marks in second table. All right. So when this one matches with this first record, the one value in the ID column in the second table, so it will give you 1A X null as the output, 1A X null, and from the second table it will give you 1 English 79. So we have 1 English and 79. Similarly, when this same one matches with this second record, this will give you 1A X null from the first table. That is 1A X null from the first table. And this will give you 1 math and 97 from the second table. So 1 math and 97 from the second table. Now let's talk about the second record. So this was all about 1. This 1 will match with these two ones. Let's remove them now. Now let's talk about this 2. So this 2 will match with this 2 and it will give us 2BY null as the output from the first table. So 2BY null from the first table, and corresponding to this we have 2 English 89 from the second table. So we can write 2 English 89 from the second table. So these were the matching records. Now if I'll talk about this 3, which is present in the left table, but this is not present in the right table. But since we are talking about left outer join, so in the result, since we see all the records from the left table, and apart from that, we also see matching records from the right table, right? In case of left outer join. So this record will be present in the result. But corresponding to this record in the left table, we will be having null values for all the columns obtained or taken from second column. Let's see how it looks. So in the output, we can write 3. And for 3 from the first table, we have 3CZ, C3Z. So 3CZ, and the address was CZ3. And since corresponding to this 3, there is no matching value in the ID column of the second table, so we will get null, null, and null here from the second table. So this is how left join or left outer join works. It will work in the same way in Power BI as well. Also, you should keep a note of one thing, that this 6 value and 15 value is present in the right table, but these values are not present in the left table. And still, that's why we will not see any record in the output in the final result where there are records present corresponding to 6 and 15, because they're available in the right table and we are talking about left outer join. Fine, that's why. So I hope this left outer join, you understood, you got an idea of the left outer join and how it works. Now let's open Power Query Editor again and let's try to apply left outer join. So I will simply click here on this Power Query Editor. We have already selected these columns. We have written the names of the tables, and now I'll simply click on OK. So you can see that a new table has been created, and further you can expand this new column, student marks new column, and you can define the columns that you want. So let's say I do not want ID column again. I want subjects and marks. So I will simply click on OK. So you can see that for some of the students for whom we were having marks available, we got these details. That is the marks details and subject details. For some subjects, that too for some subjects, we were having the details available. So I will name this merge one table as left join or left outer join. So I'll double click on it and I'll write left outer join. If I will open this all student details table, so here you can see that we have details available for 7 students, right? And since we have applied left outer join, so left outer join means all the records, entire data will be present in the result from the left table. That's why, although in the student marks new table or the right table, we are not having data available for ID number 9 and ID number 12, but still it is present in the left outer join output. Why? Because it was present in the left table, that is all student details table, and we have applied left outer join. And corresponding to record number 12 and record number 13, you will see that null values are present in subject and marks column. So that's what we were discussing, and that's what we wanted to discuss in this session. So I hope this video was helpful, and we'll meet in the next session. Till then, thank you.